Hi, I'm Naturalist Katie, and today we are discussing how plants spread their seeds far and wide. This is called seed dispersal. Plants are smarter than you may think, and over thousands of years have evolved many different mechanisms in which to spread their seeds. This limits competition with the parent plant, increases genetic diversity, and ensures that vacant lots can then be germinated with plants. So how exactly did they do this? Well, let's walk through the methods. One method of seed dispersal is using wind. Wind allows plants to travel their seeds for miles. An example of this is our maple trees, whose seeds have little wings on them that allow them to take flight like a helicopter and land far away from our parent plant. Plants that rely on wind dispersal will produce thousands of seeds. The idea is that not every seed is going to land in a place that's viable for germination. So by increasing the amount of seeds, they increase their odds. Another example of seed dispersal is gravity. Plants that produce heavy fruit or seeds will drop their fruit, which will then roll to a new location. One example is walnuts, whose heavy fruits will then drop and roll and hopefully not hit you in the head if you're standing underneath of the tree. Next up is my favorite form of seed dispersal, explosion. So certain plants use ballistic seed dispersal, which means that the seeds literally explode out of the seed pod, hoping to spread those seeds as far as possible. So in the case of witch hazel, the seeds get so pressurized in there that they shoot out at up to 28 miles per hour. And in the case of something like jewelweed, there's spring-like structures underneath of the seed coat so that when you touch that seed, it explodes. Water can also be a powerful transporter of seeds, allowing things to float for miles before ending up in a new location. In the case of something like our black willow tree, their seeds will float on top of the water, making it look like snow on top of the stream. Eventually, these seeds will float off to the edge and become embedded in the muddy soil, perfect for a new black willow to grow. Last but certainly not least are animals, who are excellent at dispersing seeds in many different ways. Having a plant like an apple tree produce a delicious fleshy fruit is a perfect way to spread your seeds. Apples not only are beloved by humans, but also bear, deer, groundhogs, many different creatures which will often eat the seeds as well. Humans are picky and will eat around the seeds, but a deer is typically going to eat an apple whole, eating the seeds as well. So now those seeds are passing through the animal's digestive tract, just as the seed had planned. They're being hit by chemicals and movement in the gut so that once they are pooped out, they're perfectly scoured and now viable. Once they're pooped out, they also get their own little fertilizer package, which makes seed germination a lot more possible. Ants have their own form of seed dispersal called myrmecockery. This is when ants take seeds into their underground tunnels and feast on little fleshy structures called elaiosomes. Then they discard the rest of the seed into the tunnel. And in the tunnel, it's perfectly dark and moist and full of ant poop fertilizer, which makes a perfect place for a seed to sprout. One last way that our animals are excellent at dispersing seeds is simply getting seeds stuck to them. Many seeds are designed with little structures perfectly to hook onto your pants or your dog's fur or to a passerby deer. And the plant is hoping that the animal won't notice until miles down the road, when it can then pick off those seeds and disperse them into a new location. One important note is that you may take unwanted plants with you as well. Invasive plants can hitchhike on your outdoor gear. Things like hiking boots or kayaks could carry unwanted pests. So be careful to make sure that you clean your gear so that you don't accidentally introduce an invasive plant to an ecosystem you love. I hope you learned a little something today, and I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!